What's up, everybody? Fat Thor Podcast. I'm Andy Gunnin. With me always, Jody, Cieutat, a.k.a. Midget, Magia, OG. What's up, brother?
What's up, sir?
Oh, man. Just feeling normal finally today.
You've been busy.
Dude, busy ain't the word for it. Yeah. Psychotic. Insanity.
Just a few miles.
Almost 3,000.
It's not bad.
No, it's not bad. Only took me 26 hours to get home.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. One way.
Nice.
I took a 5-hour nap. That's it. I took a 2-hour nap. Then I drove, took a 3-hour nap, and just kept driving.
You know they make a thing called no-dos?
Yeah, I know, dude. I can't do that stuff with my high blood pressure. And plus, I'm scared I'm going to have a heart attack. I've done too much. I did too many of them white crosses back in the day and stayed up too late and all that stuff. And it's like one of those things. I was like, hey, you want cocaine? No, don't want anything. No, I'm scared. I'm scared I'm going to have a heart attack. I'm not scared of fentanyl. I'm scared I'm going to have a heart attack. I'm at that point. I'm scared of 5-hour energy drinks. I'm scared of those.
You start drinking them and your heart starts doing that. It's like, oh shit, am I going to die?
Yeah, I drank one time. I said, I'll never do this again. This is horrible.
Yeah.
This is horrible.
5 hour, that one does it to me. Now, anything else don't bother me too much. But
oh, really? Yeah.
that 5 hour, man, it's kicking.
I'm uppity enough, and that's the thing. That's why my wife's like when I drink alcohol, like I'm awake. Like it wakes me up. Like I get like happy and wired and fired, and I'm less like, so I'm naturally that way anyways. I don't have to have a lot so I'll just need some coffee or some little espresso drinks. I'm good. That helps. That's fine. That's fine. Anything more than that, I'm like, no, negative Ghost Rider. We're not doing that. No.
You start feeling it going through your blood.
Yeah, you just don't. You feel good, You're like, and then it's like, and then I can't turn it. Then I can't turn my body off. Then I can't.
Yeah.
And then if I need to turn, if I need to shut everything down, it's not gonna happen.
It's like last night I was doing cameos at like 8 o'clock and I was still drinking energy drink.
Oh no.
And I was all like this doing them.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't go to bed.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And like ginseng and all that stuff, like that stuff I used to take a lot. And boy, that really gets me going. Like if I take some ginseng or something like that, wow, we're off to the races, brother. I mean, it's like I am not going down anytime soon. So I just stay away from that stuff.
Yeah.
I can't sleep as it is and shut everything down, and this just amplifies. So it's not good. Not good. But I'm fine. I'm fine. And I made an agreement with my wife. If I start feeling a little tired, and I'll pull over, jump in the back on the air mattress, and take a nap.
That's what's exciting. You still with the Buick Enclave?
Yep.
Okay.
Still got on that long ride. Yes, I did, and I'm glad I did, because that way I just jumped in the back, took a 2-hour nap, woke up, and then just kept moving.
Yeah.
Kept moving. I'm this weekend. I'm in Oklahoma, but I am at the same venue for 2 nights in a row, and they're putting us in a hotel and all that stuff. So I don't have to. I'm not driving. I am driving 12 hours, but I'm going to do 8 hours. That's why I'm leaving tomorrow. That's why we had to do this today, because I'm like, I need to leave tomorrow and drive 8.5 hours, and then the next day drive 3 to 4 instead of trying to do 12 in one day and do a show.
One day.
It's no point.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah.
I did that this past weekend when I went from Nebraska. But even when I left Nebraska, I drove for about 2 hours that night, slept, then got up and drove 9 hours in. And even that 9 hours in, I only had 2 hours for the show. I didn't feel like I fully got almost totally wound down, but I did. And it was a good show. We had a good time. I just know that if I'm 12 hours away, I need to break it up. I need to do an 8-9 hours, stay somewhere, and then 3 hours the next day, and then just cruise on.
It's that age kicking in.
What do you mean it's the age kicking in?
It's the age. Man, when we were younger, we could pull like 15, 16, 17-hour driving times.
Dude,
now you're talking about 6 and needing a nap.
No, 8.5. 8.5, 9. Because I like to, dude, I don't need a nap. I just like to get, like, I'll go to a casino and get out and walk around and hang out for 3 or 4 hours, then go to bed. So that way I'm just not in the car the whole time, and it's like the whole 12 hours. And plus, if I leave the same day and for a 12-hour show and something happens and traffic happens, and then I'm late, then I'm SOL. So my whole thing is I'm not going to be late for a show. I'm not going to miss a show because my dumb butt couldn't leave a day early. Okay, that's the problem. And a lot of guys will do that and push that stuff. Like, oh, I'll do it 12 hours a day show, and then they miss the show or they're late because traffic, something broke down on their car. Knock on wood, that doesn't happen. But something weird happens that if they had left a day early or broke it up,
Yeah.
they would either missed it, it wouldn't have happened, or they would have been able to deal with it. So I've had this conversation with a lot of headline people. You leave a day early, like you know where you're at. You know you're 12 hours away.
Yeah.
So understand it. You know it's your gamble, and then if you screw the show up, you may never get booked again.
We would have drivers back in the day, and it was like, "Are you leaving yet?" No, I got plenty of time. Plenty of time. They always be late.
Yeah, see that you can't do that. Cannot do that.
Yeah.
My rule is I am there 2 hours minimum before every show. 2 hours ahead. And that way, in that 2 hours, you can figure out a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff can get solved, and a lot of stuff comes up that you need to solve in that 2 hours.
Well, you can also go in and feel the crowd before you even do anything.
Well, you can sit and relax, set up your equipment, figure out what's going on, have conversations, get a feel for what's going on. Because it never fails. They always go, "Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh, guess what?" And you're like, "What?" And you're like, "Oh, let's deal with this right now while I got time." You know. So it never fails. Never fails. So and the fact that the place I'm going to is a 2-night event, which is awesome. I love a 2-nighter, same place. I don't get those out very often. So it's very special. It's like very interesting.
Now, when you do that, does the same crowd come back, or is it mixed up for a little?
Typically no. Typically no, because we're going to find out this weekend.
Yeah.
Because I've never done a 2-nighter at a local bar.
Yeah.
So obviously, they're expecting to bring in different people, and it's Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They know their town better than I do. So I don't know. It's in Grant, Oklahoma. So that's what I was like scratching my head. I go, 2 nights, same bar, same venue. Okay, very ballsy, awesome. Not complaining.
Yeah.
Maybe they just. I was like, maybe they will come back. Maybe they won't. They do. They're going to hear the same show.
That's why I was wondering if you switch anything up because of that.
I don't know. I might or might not. I've got stuff I can add in. I've got plenty of material. I'm only doing 30 minutes per show. So I got tons of stuff I could do a whole new set if I had to. But I doubt the same people will come back. So it's kind of got me nervous. Like, one, I'm like, okay, either they're going to be two really good shows and they have enough people in that town or to do this, or they're just like, well, it's Memorial Day weekend. Instead of doing a band, we're doing a comedy, and then band, other special stuff. I don't know. So they know their town better than me. So, and that's what we trust them. It's like, your venue.
Yeah.
I just hope it don't go like, 50, 60 people or 30, 40 people. And then the second Saturday's like no people.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or 5 or 6. I'll still do the show. But like I've told you before, I bank everything on selling merchandise.
Yeah.
So I need people to show up both shows to sell merchandise. And there's a minimum requirement. I like to sell per show to make it all worthwhile. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't mind having a 1-night big banger, but I would like to, even if I would say, hey, look, 60 of you here tonight, split up, come back and let's do it 30 and 30.
Yeah.
That's one thing I am scared. But if the same people come back, it'll be interesting because like you said, I'll just throw in new material or I'll do something. I'll figure it out. So I'm very excited about it. Either way, I'm not disappointed. I'm not upset. I am ready for A, B, C, or D. So, anyways,
it's all part of moving forward.
I just hope they're good shows and people, and it's in Oklahoma, so obviously people aren't going like running to the beach or anything, but people do go on vacation.
Yeah.
People, they're landlocked there in Oklahoma. I've been to Oklahoma, so it's I'm interested to see how this is going to work out.
That'll work.
So I'm either works or it doesn't. But we'll see. It looks like a cool bar. It's Oklahoma bar. It's
now, how do you? I know when you book something, like, how do you find out whether it is a good bar or not?
You don't know.
You just show up.
Well, unless the booker says, "Hey, man, we've been doing this place for a while. You'll like it. It's a good place."
Okay.
Like the one I just went to up at the border of Canadia Saturday, because I literally was at the border of Canadia.
Yeah.
Like there, I was next to Lake Superior. Like, oh yeah, Canadia's right there. I mean, you can look out and go, oh look, there's Canadia.
Yeah.
I mean, it was up there, bro. It's called the UP Upper Peninsula, the UP, and it is upper. It's way upper. There was 300 miles, dude. I drove 300 miles in wilderness with no bathrooms. There was no restaurants, no nothing up there. I mean, everything is local. It reminds me of the movie The Great Outdoors.
Yeah.
It looked exactly like that. But like, I even told them, I was like, I was scared to drive back that night. They go, don't. They go, it's 300 miles to the closest town. And I was like, I know, I just drove in.
Yeah.
So, but there was this weird, and then in the middle of nowhere, like an hour from the venue, was this Indian casino. Just boom, casino. And they had a room. So I called, they go, you need to call that casino right now and get a room.
Yeah.
And I said, why? They said, do not try to drive 300 miles. And I go, I'm not planning on driving 300. I'm exhausted. I drove 12 hours to get here from Nebraska. I'm already tired. And they go, get a room there. So the headliner had a room there. So I called down there and they took my reservation. They go, yeah, we'll hold your room. They didn't take your credit card, nothing. They were like, I was like, you just need my name. You don't want to. They go, no, we trust you. You ain't going nowhere up here. And I was like, you're damn right. And there was a nice room. So I crashed it. I had to. It was only 6 months, but man, I'm glad I slept that 7-8 hours. But it was up there. But yeah.
Up there in Cocaine Bear territory?
No. This is Big Feet in the UFO abduction.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This is Big Feet territory. I told him, I was like, I'm scared to drive back because I'm going to run into a Big Feet and nobody's going to believe me. This is where the Big Feet story comes from. This is where the UFO abduction. I said that on stage and this lady goes, you're right about that. When I said UFO, I said, people get abducted by UFOs up here. And the crowd was like, yep. And I was like, huh? And the lady goes, yep, it's true. And I go, have you been abducted? And she goes, I've seen them. I was like, what? I go, did you get probed? She got quiet. I was like, oh, I've hit a nerve. Y'all serious about this? I'm joking. Y'all are dead serious.
Yeah.
It was like a panic, a quiet, like this weird panic of everybody. Like nobody, it was something that they all knew, but nobody talked about. And I was like, y'all,
it's crazy.
Because they were like, this used to be a logging town. There used to be silver mines. And I said, did y'all stop doing that because of the UFOs? And they were like, what? They're like, huh? They're like, how'd you know? I was like, and the lady goes, no, it's just the northern lights. It's not UFOs. I go, bullshit. Y'all lying. Y'all lying. Y'all some lying sons of bitches. Y'all seen some aliens. Y'all been abducted.
Yeah.
Y'all been abducted. And it's thick woods, thick. And just everywhere. It's like people go disappearing here and just never found again. It's just beautiful. But they go, yeah, don't go left out of here. And they go, there's a place called No Man's Land. I go, what? I go, I saw No Man's Land 300 miles. I go, no. That's Civilization Road you were on. I was like, what? You go, there's a road. If you take a left out of this bar and you go down there, you go about 10 miles, you hit a place called No Man's Land. There's no cell service. There is nothing. And if you break down, you run out of gas, you might die. You probably will die. People have died on that road. And I went, what?
But then that makes you want to go.
They go, yeah. They go, and then this guy goes, but if you can get through No Man's Land, there's a great outdoor clothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's go.
I was complaining because I didn't take a jacket and it was cold as shit. And I was like, and they're like, he goes, you can go down there. This guy tells me this story. He goes, tell her, he told me his name, sent you. He goes, I used to bang her. And my dad used to bang her mom. That's a whole different story. And I'm like, oh my God. And he's dead serious. He goes, man, I bought 400 bear boots for 127. She still takes care of me. And I'm like, just tell her I sent you. And I go, number one, I'm not going to go try to go make it through No Man's Land. And then two, I'm not going to get into the middle of your daddy, son, daughter, mother banging situation. And this is the same guy that pulls me outside and he's having a conversation with me, just nonchalant, showing me some pictures about some stuff and talks about his ex-wife. He goes, my ex-wife that. I go, oh, I'm sorry. He goes, it's okay. She ate some poison mushrooms And I go, huh? He goes, yeah, we picked mushrooms up out here. And he goes, she just picked the wrong ones and ate the wrong ones. He says, now, my second one, I tried to feed her poison mushrooms, but she wouldn't eat it. So, anyways, and I thought he was joking. I thought he was just throwing up a layup joke.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. He said, yeah. I said, yeah. And he goes, no. He goes, I did. But she didn't eat them, but we ended up getting divorced anyway. So he goes, I wanted her to eat them. I go, you just admitted to the attempted murder.
Does your license say Alabama?
I'm like, what the fuck? Excuse my language. I'm like, what the fuck? This is all true, Jody.
That's crazy.
I mean, nicest people in the world.
Yeah.
Great. But they just say stuff and you go, what? We can't just breeze past that. Whole different world up there, bro.
Yeah. It's where movies are made. You muted. Muted.
Muted me, and nothing came unplugged. Nothing came unplugged, but my computer decided to mute me.
It's aliens.
Yeah, see?
You brought them back.
It's an aliens. I'm hitting the nerve.
There you go.
I'm hitting the nerve. We're being founded. Jesus. All right, we got to get off this subject. Oh, there's a drag on my camera too, so that's okay. So, anyways, nice.
Oh, it's yours too?
Is there a drag on your side too?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, I think we're caught up. I think it was StreamYard. Nope, we got a little drag. I think it's StreamYard. Anyways, let's just move on. Screw it. For those of you listening, welcome. Thank you for listening to us on Spotify and everything else. We're just having some technical difficulties on our end. We'll shut up and keep moving. Talk about people feeding poison mushrooms to their wives. God almighty. So what have you been doing?
Cameos.
Well, I know, Dad. You told me that.
That's yeah.
So they've come back in.
They've been coming back like crazy.
Like
yeah.
What have you done? Have you done anything new? I haven't been on TikTok. So I don't know what you've done or what you've been doing. I haven't been on it at all.
It's the same repetitive crap, just a different way. Just doing different routines and black and whiting them out and creating a sound background to it. And
on the cameos or the TikTok?
Cameos, TikToks, everything. Basically the same stuff.
Oh, okay.
Over and over and over. I like it though. I enjoy it. Pays the bills.
Man, as long as you make money, dude. I'm driving 3,000 miles to sell freaking t-shirts. You're sitting at home just dancing around, whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. I'd love to stay home and do a few cameos, make some money. No, me, I got to drive 3,000 miles and lose 5 days of my life.
I told you I can link you up.
I know, but nobody's going to want my stuff. Nobody's going to buy me a cameo from me.
You never know.
Dude, no, nobody wants to hear me. I'm nobody.
What's funny is I've seen some people selling them for $1.99.
Really?
You could at least sell it for $1.99.
I don't know. My time is worth more than $1.99. I'll keep doing comedy.
Okay.
I'll keep going on the road. How's that? I can make more at the casino in 5 minutes than $1.99 cameo.
I thought the same thing. Like, I don't see. I guess they just do it to do it. I don't know.
Yeah, no. I mean, I would do like you, $20, $40, whatever that number is that we talked about before. I was like, that's a decent number for what you were saying that you were doing one.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
That's doable, especially if you got that many coming in. Not arguing it at all. I just spent all day yesterday making 40 shirts that I sell for $20 a piece because I sold so many, but it took me, I had to order and pick them up. I didn't get done till 4 o'clock yet, so it took me 6 hours to make 40 shirts and 10 hats.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd love to do some cameos, make some money, but I'm not famous enough or popular enough. So
neither am I.
Shut up. TikTok land, 3 million something. TikTok land. You're probably at 3 million now, right?
We're at I don't know what we're at. I think it's 2.5 something. I don't know.
No, you were at 2.8 a couple weeks ago.
It was 2.3, 2.4.
Oh, okay.
We gained 6. I did a thing the other day. In a week and a half period, we gained like 6,700 followers.
See, they still get me suppressed. I did upload a video the other day just to prove to see. And if you go look on mine right now, every video that I've put up in the last month, because I think I've put one up here or there just randomly just to see. Every one of them, they stop at 200, 250. They're all 250, 220, 250. I'm like, fuck y'all. Excuse my language.
Yeah. Yeah. Mine, I'll have one ping at like 500,000 views.
Yeah.
And then the rest of them will be like 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, but they've pushed you, and you've got a big enough following that can push you out of a funk.
Yeah, exactly.
That the algorithm will pick up. Whereas
you can fall off, but still not fall off.
Right, you can get pushed back up into it, and that's the thing. I've only got 19,000 followers, and I don't even know half of them are fake or not but I'm suppressed. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm still suppressed, but I'll put one up. It'll go to 200 real quick, stop, and then it'll trickle up to 25, 250, and it's just dead.
Yeah.
I'm like, screw y'all. So then I'll sit on it and I'll put it over on Reels or something like that. If I remember to. I've been so busy, I forget to. And then I'll put one up. I'll put that up, leave it alone. I'll go back and have like 1.3, 1.5, 2,000. And I'm like, screw TikTok.
See, and that's the thing with me. It's the complete opposite. I can throw crap on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook and not get anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, your strong following is TikTok. Let's be honest.
It's TikTok. Yeah.
I don't have a strong following. Even though I got 19,000 followers on TikTok, it's not a strong following, but it's bigger number following than Facebook. But I am more interacted with on Facebook than I am anything.
Yeah, I think I got like 5,000 something followers on Facebook.
And that's because people are just interacting with me because I'm doing comedy and the things that I'm doing this year and things that are taking off. And it's just friends and family of ours, interacting, saying, that's cool, that's great. Oh, crap. Well, I see you're here. I see you're there. This is all, So that interaction helps, even though I got like 2,200 followers. They're more interactive than the people on TikTok.
Which is a lot better. Truly.
Well, I guess.
Because you know it's an honest opinion.
True. That is correct. And it's not a bot or anything like that. Even though I know there's some bots mixed in there. I've seen them and I've kicked some of them out. But, but there's still a few mixed in there. It's just, they're more interactive. So that is good. It is good. It is great. And I'm not discounting it. And I appreciate that because I need that. The problem is that the numbers don't equate to the interaction. So therefore it doesn't equate to Andy being able to, for a club or somebody to book him because he doesn't have a big enough following.
Well, for $14.99 a month, you can get verified. It'll help you.
Verification does nothing for you. I've already proven that. I paid for it on Twitter just to see what it would do. Elon got rid of all the bots and I still got 120 followers. It does nothing for you.
Yeah. They keep sending it to me, and I'm like, no.
It's a BS thing. I've already proven it. So why pay for $14.99? $14.99 will do nothing for me. Now, if I knew it would do something for me, that's fine. But I've already proven it wrong. So why? Because they just want money. I'm no dummy. And I'd rather I don't even care about blue check more. But if I get it, I just want to get it because of whatever. But I don't care.
Well, it's like with TikTok, everybody's like, well, you need to message them. You need to message them. And I'm like, no, I want them to actually say, hey, you're good enough for this.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm not, though.
No, you're not.
It's okay, though.
Yeah, it's all right. It's like I tell my wife, it's like, I just got to keep plugging along. Just keep swimming. I miss, I don't want overnight. So, like we talked about, there's a lot of broke famous people. Not looking to be famous. I'm looking to grow this into something long and a longevity.
Well, something for the next 30 years.
That I can make a living doing, that I don't have to go back to the building industry, back to sales. I can just keep chugging along to it. And the people that are with me because they're real. They like me. Yeah. And it's a true following. And it's a true, because this thing is not short. This is not a short-lived game I'm playing. Yeah. It's a long game. Yeah. And I'm starting the game late but it's still a long end game.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Well, it's like with the cameos. I've done decided if I can just do 5,000 a year, I'm good. You know, and I've got enough followers now to do 500 years worth of cameos.
But there will come a point you'll need to do something
besides that,
content wise,
Yeah.
to keep those going, to get people interested, to keep buying those. So
Yeah.
something content wise will have to change. You're
Yeah.
right in a way. It's like material for stand-up. I've got a set material list right now that eventually is going to have to change. It's going
Yeah.
to have an expiration on it that I can only do it for so long without adding new stuff or a whole new, like the Sugar Hooker tour, the Sugar Hooker, the Wax Answer. They'll be there, but there's an expiration date where I'm going to have all these new stuff and new sets eventually down the road. It's coming. I don't know if it's soon or later, but it's coming at some point. And the way I'm looking at it and the way I'm trying to look at it is like, a lot of guys look at it in two different ways. And you can look at it two different ways. You can look at it as I'm building up to a special. When I do either a dry bar special or whatever I do with that material, then it dies and it stays on that special. And then I have to have a whole new set to start a whole new cycle.
Yeah.
That's one way. And then there's a lot of guys like, no, you don't. You can just keep riding that. And that's true. I could do the dry bar special, all this stuff. It gets popular, and then I'm still doing it for a whole nother sect of people for maybe a year or so. But then there's an expiration date. It's like, okay, all the people who are hearing it now were pre to the party. They see the big party, and then Andy's going to ride that for another year or two. And then the people who saw it previous will come see it again, but then they're going to go, we want new stuff, while the new people are like, well, this is great. What do you got next? So there's a 2-3 year window that all new stuff will have to cycle through.
Yeah. Well, it's like with my stuff, it's, you repeat the same thing. How old are you? I've done said that like 17 videos.
Right.
Because you got so much new coming in.
Right.
But like I said, you do have to upstage it.
Yeah. But there's guys that do comedy that's been doing the same freaking set for 15, 20 years. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, but talking to a lot of guys like Steve Trevino and Dusty Slay and a lot of these big guys that I have the opportunity to sit down and kind of talk with them, they're like, dude, always be writing new stuff, be developing new stuff.
Yeah.
Because you don't want, and now because your stuff can't expire quicker because it gets out there faster, people come to see you because of that, but you better have something new to back it up.
Yeah.
Or working on something new, because now things expire faster with the TikTok, with the everything being exposed. And then doing the special. Now a lot of comedians are like, hey, once I do that special, that material, I'll tour on it for 6 months to a year, and then boom, I'm on the new stuff. Like, let's take and count Bert Kreischer. He's ridden this machine thing for 5-6 years now. He's done a movie about it, sold the rights. It's coming out this weekend. Anxious to see it. And he's like, just did a new special, had nothing to do with any of the old material. All new stories, all new material. So
well, it's nice to have all that to lean on if you need it.
Well, it's been building.
But you got to go. Yeah.
It's not lean on, it's building. It's called building. Building. Now it's time for his new cycle of whatever that is. So it goes to prove you could build it up for 5 years or 3 years or whatever, and it takes you up. But you better be ready, because there's you hit the pinnacle of that stuff. You got to have a whole new stuff to go down the hill to go up to the next hill.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know what that is. I'm just always writing stuff, and I'm always, trying new stuff. And there's stuff new that's coming in, that's working itself in, and there's old stuff working itself out, and there's old stuff working itself back in.
Yeah.
So, I've got time, but at the same time, like you say, you've answered the question a million times. Like, how many in a lot of comedians we've talked about this. It's like, when do you know a joke, or you've got to stop telling a joke? It's like, well, it's when you don't have that excitement to tell it anymore, and you're not telling it the way you used to. You're just like, all right, here we go. So, and you're not happy to tell it. You're not excited to tell it. You're exhausted of telling it. So if you can't put all that in that you normally do or have since the very beginning, or since it hit its peak, then you need to stop telling that joke.
Yeah.
You need to.
And you see it on like different platforms and stuff. You can see people, they're doing the repetitive crap, but you can see in their face it ain't
Right.
It ain't for them.
Right. And I've had this talk with Steve Trevino. He was like, and people will yell out, and he goes, "Hey, y'all want to, and he'll do a thing in his stats. He'll talk to the people. It's like anything y'all want to hear or know about, and they'll go, do Plinko or do whatever bit, and he'll go, he goes, all right, hold on, and he goes, I haven't done it in 2 or 3 years, and he'll forget. He goes, dude, I can't do it. I don't remember it all. I'm not going to do it justice. Because I literally need to go back and read it because I've written so much other stuff in between then, and I'm doing this other stuff. He'll start and he goes, I can't remember it. And then they'll start telling him, it's like, this is it. And he goes, oh yeah. I go, sorry. He goes, I need to bail from this because I'm going to screw it up and you're going to be mad at me. He goes, and so then they go, huh? And he goes, yeah. He goes, it's amazing how much you write. Then you forget. Those bits were great. They did me justice on those specials and got me to here. But I haven't done them so long. I'm out of practice. I'm forgetting the tags. I'm forgetting the punchlines. I'm forgetting what those are because I have to go back and listen to it, be able to say it, tell it again.
Yeah.
But he's one of those people. He just keeps moving forward because I'm not going to sit in the back and just do old stuff. I'm going to keep doing new stuff, keep doing new, keep doing new, keep doing new.
Yeah. Well, I mean that builds your crowd up. That builds your following.
He's had people following for 20 years since he started. Yeah. So they followed him through his marriage. They followed him through. So, and that's what you try to go do. You try to find your people that will follow you through this story, through this life, or through this thing. The problem is a lot of young communities are like, nobody's following me because you're not interested. You're the same as every other guy. You're smoking weed, still living in a basement, still talking about the same shit.
Yeah.
You got to unless you got to find something unique to talk about, unique that people are going to follow you and catch on to.
You got to go out and live.
Right now, my thing is when I say sugar hooker and calling Girl Scouts sugar hookers, people lose their shit. They go, I've never heard that. That's the best term, and I love it. And they buy shirts, and that's what's hooking me into people right now. That's the hook I've got right now. That's my hook. That's my. So knowing that, I just need to keep on that cycle. But at the same time, they go, I love the wax hamster bit. I love the poop of it. That's hilarious. But the hook, the grabbing hook, is the sugar hook.
Yeah.
Can you tell how many people in the
and the good thing is you can use that every year because of Girl Scouts.
Yeah, I can use it.
Like that's a repetitive thing because,
it's a callback, and hopefully, it goes to a point where people are following enough that I can just do a callback sugar hooker line in a joke. Don't have to do the whole bit that people follow. Sorry, folks, we're having difficulties. Jody froze.
I know. My power just went away.
Oh, your power went away. Okay.
Yeah.
So you froze. Then I got muted. It's the aliens and the big feet.
Yeah. Thanks.
That's hilarious. But no, I can do that every year. But I'm still doing it because I'm doing it because I'm going to. I got a sugar.
Yeah.
I got to sell. So I just changed the way I say it. But during sugar hooker season, like for those 2 months, I'm like, it's sugar hooker season, folks, and I'm just like, boom. People are like, oh, it is. And we're still just fresh out of it, so it's still fresh in everybody's mind.
Yeah.
But the people have come up to me and been like, I've had ladies come up to me that said I did. The headline said I did. My first headline set a couple of weeks ago, and I made the headlines a paper. That was a big.
I know. I've seen that.
It's kind of cool. You weren't here to talk about it last week, but okay, whatever. Anyways, and lady came up to me. She goes, "That's the best term I've ever heard." I had that people tell me, I was like, "That's the best term I've ever heard." For those little shit. They go, my daughter was one, and I felt real weird about her selling cookies. I felt, and out there standing out there shaking people down. She goes, but that is the best thing, best name, best term I have ever heard because that is what they are. They are little hookers. I go, well, you let them do it. They go, no, it's awesome. It's the best thing ever. And people go, I'll never forget that. And then I've had guys go, dude, that was funny. I'll never forget that term. I've never thought that. And it's simple because that's what they are. They're little sugar hookers. That's how they are.
We just got done doing it. And after you started bringing all that up, I was out there with my daughter and I'm like, man, this is crazy. This is right.
Yeah. I'm not being mean. I'm just calling it what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not being mean. It's just that's what I see.
But that goes in the.
Oh, we're freezing again. Jody, did your power go out? Hold on. Sorry, folks, if you're listening. We're having some technical issues on both sides. He's having power issues. I'm having. Are you there?
I'm here.
You froze.
Thanks.
So you froze for whatever you just said. Froze on the podcast. So you said, and luckily nobody's watching, but you look like you just said like your mouth. Luckily, we're only on live on YouTube, and I'm not going live on Facebook anymore or anything else. We're going live on YouTube and see, and then if not, we're just going straight out to Spotify and everything because nobody watches at 11 o'clock. So we're just recording. People are just going to have to listen. Although I'm getting random people, and I think I text you. I'm getting random people that shows up. Hey man, I listen to your podcast. I'm like, what? Oh, you're one of those people. Oh, good.
Yeah, I did what?
They go, yeah, I like it. And I go, you like it? And they go, yeah. You listen regularly? You listen more than once? It's not that good. No. We like you and Jody. Y'all are working great together. I like you. I was like, well, then leave a review, asshole. I think that. I don't say that. I'm like, well, leave a goddamn review. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, man. Have you seen this bull crap? All right. The beer thing saga continues on. So now, have you seen this stuff about Target?
Yes.
Everybody's mad at Target now all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Now they're jumping into kids' clothing. Like, I haven't seen the clothing. I've just seen everybody ranting and raving about it.
I've seen pictures and a lady did a TikTok talking about it. Yeah, it's a little much.
I haven't seen, so I don't know what.
Yeah.
All I know is I saw something. Somebody said one of the pairs of pants or something says something fluid, trans fluid, or something like that, and I'm like, for a kid, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, here we go.
My thing is, if you want to wear that stuff, that's fine, but just don't push it on the kids.
Yeah, don't push it on the kids. All it's doing is making kids that kids don't know want something that they don't understand and cause a rift in the family. Because if we keep the family separated, keep the family, all that, the family unity is our biggest enemy in the government because they raise their kids the way they want to. They will raise it maybe not in the way we want them to be.
Yeah.
Well, not your business. Not your thing. That's all this is. It's all it's ploy to keep everybody at each other, man.
Yeah.
And to keep everybody like and
separation device.
And I say that at shows when I jump into the Bud Light and the trans stuff and talk a little bit, because I'm at a bar, we got to talk about it.
Yeah.
Why not? But I put a positive spin on like, well, I'll just fight back with positivity, fight back with fun, fight back with sarcasm. It'll win every time.
Yeah, exactly.
People go, that's funny. And I'm like, you can't argue with it. It's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're gonna do it, I'm just gonna play right into it. Let's ride. And it's so funny because there's a lot of now the gay and the LGBT, a lot of the people in those communities are now reverse mad at these places.
Yeah.
So
well, what kills me is they talk about we're losing all this money. Well, no crap, really?
Yeah.
Like.
By the way,
you're pissing everybody off.
If you turn everybody gay, people will just stop having babies, and the human race will cease to exist.
Yeah.
I mean, because AI
will create a baby.
I don't care what you do in your bedroom. I just don't make it. Don't tell me that.
Your business is your business.
It's for everybody because it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Let people make their own decisions when they become grown and adults.
Yeah.
And they, figure out at 16, 17, 18 or whatever, or 20s or whatever, that they like this versus this. That's your decision at that point. But don't tell me that a 5-year-old, no. Don't be telling them.
You can see it in society right now. I mean, it's like when you go to any store right now, and you see somebody in their early 20s. They look like a zombie. They have no clue how to fit in with anything.
No, it's because they're they're teaching well, and it goes back to look at it this way. The military is in the lowest recruiting ever.
Yeah,
Nobody is being taught to love. Don't get me wrong. I think a lot of things the military do and a lot of the wars and everything are all bullshit.
yeah,
We can go down that rabbit hole. There were a
yep,
lot of false fronts. But at the same time, we do have to protect our country. We do have to have a military to protect us against foreign and domestic um, problems. So,
yeah,
and the fact this is in the history, people, there's no unity or no. Kids aren't being taught to love your country. They're being taught to hate your country. They're being taught don't
yes,
defend your. They're being taught you're depressed. You're weak. It's the weakening of society. It's a weakening of
yeah,
a generation to become not aggressive, not fight, not think for themselves, be spoon fed everything and told everything that we tell you is right. Everything your parents, anybody else tells you is wrong.
yeah.
That's a cult.
And
That's
it's
a
crazy
cult.
that we got here because in 2001, we all united. We were all together.
We were all together.
You know,
We all, and now they're teaching the kids that was false
yes,
and that was a hoax. They
yep,
weren't alive or around,
yeah,
so they don't know. And it's like, no, 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 Scooter,
yeah, yeah,
no, no, Scooter.
yeah,
It's like, and until something happens at your front door, you're like, what the hell just happened? So they're and they live behind a TV screen or a TikTok screen or a computer screen or a game screen that they can just hit reset, restart. That's
yeah,
why these kids are. I've had this argument with people. We were like, well, guns are the problem. Guns aren't the problem. It's the society. Was what society, what we're allowing these gaming companies and our government to teach these kids, which is everything. Life isn't precious, and all you got to do is hit restart, and you get another life. It's a
yeah,
game, and it's desensitizing people to go shoot. And some of these kids who are lost don't have guidance, aren't being raised by their parents and being told what your parents say is wrong, and what we tell you is wrong. Go play all these games, and you're you're not a man, you're a woman, you're a man, all that, blah 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 blah, and they get so confused,
yeah,
and they're not mentally there as it is, and they go, well, I need attention, I want attention, because we've gotten to the society of if you don't have so many followers and likes, you're nobody. Well,
yep,
I'm going to go show them I'm somebody, and I'm going to go shoot. I'm going to go grab a gun and start shooting people.
yeah,
That's the transition. Has nothing to do with that gun laying over there.
yeah,
Now, there's been some issues with access. Okay, let's tighten up the access. And yes, that person who ever had their gun unlocked, that's their fault for having, but at the same time, I mean, the last one was a 20-something-year-old
yeah,
that went into these schools shooting
yeah,
them up. So
yeah,
with blue hair and all this, and I'm not saying because you have blue hair, I'm just saying this is part of that community of being, well, of the confused. I call it a confused community.
lost souls.
There's a lot of confusion. I believe there's a lot of confusion in young people because they're being taught and streamed so much stuff.
Yeah,
That they don't have a clear path who they are. And when you
yeah,
don't know and have a clear path who you are, that's a dangerous thing. That's a
yeah,
dangerous, dangerous thing. Especially if you don't have a strong mind. And me and my wife talk about it a lot. It's like her and I are different than a lot of people. You and I were raised there. We all had strong minds. We knew who we were. We figured it out. And even at times I didn't know exactly who. I knew I wanted to do comedy, but I did this, but I had to do this to make a living. But at the same time, I'm part of this way, part that way. I'm not like definitively like just a country dude. I'm not definitively like a rap dude. I'm not definitively. I like a little bit of, but I know who I am as a person, and that is separate and different. And what's being taught and fed is if you're not this, you're nothing. And if you're not this, you're not with us. And if you're not with us, you're our enemy.
Yeah.
I was never enemies with people who were truck driver country dudes. I was friends with them. And then dudes that were into hip hop, I was friends with them. I'm still this way. I'm still friends with. I was friends with transvestites. That's what we called them back in the 90s. Cross dressers. I was friends with people like that in the 90s because I started learning. My cousin died of AIDS And when I was 13, and at 13, anybody dying of age or anywhere close, you didn't say nothing. Couldn't say nothing because the world was, well, if your cousin that age, so I didn't want to get into that whole thing and start getting in a fight. So I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't say anything.
Yeah.
Because it was so red hot. It was, and I wasn't worried about being labeled. I just worried about what assholes were going to say and do, and then I gotta fight you. I don't want that.
Yeah.
So I was smart enough to like not broadcast it to a point to where, but I didn't understand that community. I didn't understand what was going on. I just knew someone I loved and grew up with died from it.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get to know that community because it was shunned. It was that. So when I was 21, I started, and a friend of mine was like, "Hey, I'm gay." And I was like, "I understand. That's not a problem." And he's like, "I go to these gay bars in Atlanta in this little set." And I'm like, "Can I come with you and hang out?" And he's like, "You want to?" Like, I want to understand your community. I want to understand the gay community. I want to understand you better. I want to understand them. And I want to understand what my cousin went through that I couldn't talk about that I lost from AIDS. And he was like, "Whoa." And I was like, I'm not here to bash you or shun you. I'm here to understand and get to know you.
I want to know you as a person.
Yes. Has nothing to do with what you do. And then a gay dude bringing a straight dude into a gay club. All of a sudden, I was everybody's best friend. All of a sudden, I'm having conversations with people. And I'm like, yeah, my cousin died from AIDS in the late 80s, blah, 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 blah. And they go, oh my God. And I go, I'm trying to understand it. And when I said that, all of a sudden, we were all best friends. They're buying me drinks. We're having real conversations. They're like, this is why I felt this way. This is why I believe it. This is why this was my family dynamic. Well, and they're like, because here I'm just a Southern boy, 21-year-old coming in, and they're like, and I'm like, I'm not gay. I don't have any gay curiosities whatsoever. Okay, let's just get that off the table. I'm here to understand the community. Yeah. And I became friends with a guy named Megan who dressed like a woman in a gown and makeup and hung out at the bars all the time. We became friends and we had very real conversations.
Yeah.
And I became friends with these people that were amazing, that opened up. They're like, you're the first straight person that's ever like been cool. And then I started bringing my buddies to these places because we were the life of the party. It was like, hey, free drinks for the straight dudes. They're here, because at that time in those areas of life, it was like, you're gay, and you couldn't say you were gay. You couldn't say whatever. They were still hiding in plain sight and had these, had to run to their own little bars. And I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Like I say, I just want to know you as you.
People, and they business owners. And executives, and I had these amazing connections, amazing times, and people that took care of me, and it was like I took care of them. And so my point is, I guess, and how I got down this rabbit hole is that they never forced that on me, and I didn't force me being straight on them.
Exactly. Yeah.
But they did introduce me to a lot of hot strippers. I won't tell you that guy got that much because strippers love the gays, and when they're like, "This is a straight dude. He's Andy. He's cool," and they're like, "You hanging out with all the gay dudes?" I'm like, "Hey, I'm friends with them. I'm not here to have sex with them, but you're hot." Now all of a sudden, I'm talking to this hot stripper.
Now I know where your money went.
Now all of a sudden, no, they're like, I've got a whole different. But anyways, now all of a sudden I'm friends with them, and they're taking care of me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, they're like, you're a real person. I'm like, yeah, people are. Yeah. It's the ignorance and the bigotry that's going on. Yeah. And people don't understand. And as that became more, the gay community became more in sync with society, which I have no problem with, and I am so glad for.
Yeah.
I've done shows at gay clubs still in gay bars, and I will go there and I will hang out. And there's still a little bit of stigma. A lot of people won't go. I'm like, go to it. Like, you want to have some fun as a straight person? Go hang out at a gay bar and tell them you're straight and hang out with them. You'll have best friends for life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but as that became more into society and accepted and normal, now all of a sudden we've gone down a path of, and a lot of gay people don't agree with this. Yeah. Is that we're forcing this, and a lot of them are like, don't force this on people, because now all of a sudden it's going to turn around and backlash, and we're going to go in a reverse.
Yeah.
We're going to go in reverse. And then there's a sect of them that's like, no, you have to accept me as a woman. Now all of a sudden you're putting women in reverse.
Yes.
You're discriminating against real natural women, saying that you're precedent as a man dressed like a woman. That's wrong.
Yeah.
But that was never part of the conversations or part of the undertone in any of the people I hung out with.
Yeah.
And I was friends with. And
well, they were interested in you, interested in them because of how they just work.
But they
naturally.
and I'm still they never want. They're like, I'm not trying to push being gay on a kid. I'm not trying to push this onto somebody. I'm just like, I just want to be accepted that I'm a gay person. I can just be me. Yeah. And we can all be the same. You can be you. I can be me. And we can hang out in the same places and do the same things.
Yeah.
And nobody beat up on me or say negative things to me or call me names or make fun of me.
But the thing is it goes back to, like you said, in school where you hung out with different groups.
Right.
A lot of people don't do that. They're in one group. That's the only group, and that's it.
That's true. I was not that way. I wasn't that way either. I was not that way. Matter of fact, I had a conversation, reconnected with a friend of mine, Jason Busby from high school. We talked like that. He was never like, he's like, I had a couple friends here, a couple select friends, but I was friends kind of with everybody all around in different areas. And that was me. I was friends with different people. And the soccer guys, I was friends with them. The band, some of the guys in the band, I was friends with them. Some of the guys like in those sects, I was friends with all these different people. I never identified as one sect or one group.
Yeah. And that's the way I was. I mean, whether you was the local drug dealer at our school or you was the valedictorian, I'm hanging out with both of you.
Right. Right. And I want to understand both of you and get to know and understand both of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I want to know what you think. But a lot of people don't think that way. And my wife tells me, she goes, you're a very weird person, Annie. She goes, you don't think that way. You don't, people don't think that way. People don't think the way you do. People don't think and try to be open and understanding, but with still, these are my values. These are my morals. This is my line.
Yeah.
But I'm open to hang out with you and learn about you and learn about maybe something I'm wrong. Maybe I'm looking at this wrong.
Yeah.
So people don't think and look that way. And people are very weak-minded and told this is the way. And that's what they're trying to develop is a weak-minded generation. Like whatever we tell you is gold, whatever we tell you is gospel, and we're going to control everything. That's the problem. That's the problem. And that's the problem with comedy. Oh my gosh, are we losing? Okay, we have some weird technical things going on. My screen just went black and I freaked out. I have over 3 hours of battery power left. So I don't know what's happening. I've never had that happen. Okay, I won't talk about big feet and UFOs in Upper Peninsula anymore. Okay. Holy smokes. But that's what we're looking at. That's what's happening. And the more they control and look, I don't care if you voted blue or red or whatever, we all got to agree. There is very bad overreach. There is very bad control. And there is a very dangerous thing we are walking down of things that are trying to happen to control our money. And it's after the middle class. It's after us big boy middle class. They're coming after to tear down the dollar. They've already done it. They're already doing it and take apart and dismantle us piece by piece. And there's only going to be two things. There's going to be the rich. There's going to be the poor. They're trying to get the middle class out. They're trying.
Well, that's the thing up too is we're getting so much electronics now to where we're going to control you. And if you don't go with us, then I'm cutting your phone. I'm cutting your washing machine off. Your refrigerator's going to cut off.
Your wallet, your money,
everything.
Yeah.
And people think it's a joke.
They're like, no, yes, they are.
Yes,
they will.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, it's a very real thing. It's happening, and people are like, oh, I'm like, they're like, you're a theory, like, you're conspiracy there. I'm like, a lot of things that I kept saying, is a conspiracy theory are coming true and have come true.
Yeah.
It's only a conspiracy if it never comes true, but when it comes true, it's gospel.
But the problem is by the time it comes true, everybody's forgot about it.
Oh, everybody's forgot about it, and it's too late.
Yeah.
what folks don't understand is that there is no turning back once you turn something on. Just like when they turned on the internet, they never knew what was going to go down, what path, all that, and then to go in reverse, it's impossible.
Yep.
Facebook figured that out. They turned on Facebook. Now look at it. Now they're all these people are making businesses and selling their stuff and making all this money. Using our platform for free. How do we stop this? You can't. You've already turned it on.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they try to like shut people down. And you got to open a commerce account. You got to do this. We're going to tax on these transactions. Like if I sell something on, they go, "Did you sell it on Facebook?" I tell them, "Nope."
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Dumbasses.
You shouldn't have gave me the option.
I'm not going to voluntarily tell you that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Dumbass. Stupid. Oh, the sun's out. Oh, good. It's been raining for 2 days. Today's my last and only day to cut the grass. My birthday's Monday. I go out of town. I'm coming back. My parents are coming into town. Some friends are coming over to hang out at the pool. By the way, come over, hang out at the pool Monday. We're having a little pool party. Come on, hang out at the pool. Anyways, so today's my only day, and it has been raining for 2 days since I got back. Sunday. It was raining Sunday, and so the sun's out. So I got to cut the grass. I got to cut the front, the back. I got to do all kinds of yard work today.
You want to come to mine and cut it too?
No.
Please?
I
got to have everything cut by Saturday.
But you got a 0-degree turn thing, don't you?
I got the 0 turn and I got the tractor, but it still takes about 13 hours.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like I've got my little push mower. It's like it pulls itself, but only takes me if I do the front and the back. Usually I do the front and then I'll do the back the next day, but I don't have time that I can do the front, the back, the edge, and the trim. So I'm probably gonna spend 2-3 hours doing it. 2.
Thanks.
So
you have extra time. You can come here.
No.
Please?
If I get to drive the tractor.
No. That's mine.
No, daggone. I want to drive the tractor. I can drive a 0-degree. I wish I had one, dude. It'd take me 10 minutes to go through this yard. I used to have a guy that would do it for me, $50, and he would do my yard in 30 minutes. He'd do 2 cuts. He'd do front and then cross cut it. Be done in 30 minutes. I was like, I need one of those. And then my wife's like, how much are they? You don't want to know.
Yeah. And they went up.
Oh God, they've gone up.
Yeah.
Now they're like 10 grand. They used to be like 2 or 3 grand. Now they're like 10 grand. Something stupid. It's like buying a car almost now.
Yeah.
But you won't be able to buy those because they'll have to go electric.
I would like to cut my field with an electric tractor.
That would be interesting.
Just to see how long it takes.
Well, those batteries.
And then they're going to have to put a charging station in the middle of my field.
Right. So I was having this conversation with somebody yesterday. They bought one of those Chevrolet ones, the battery ones, and I was like talking to them about it. And they're like, it's great, blah, blah. And I go, yeah, these aren't, I realize battery operated vehicles aren't practical in some areas. I go, what? I told them, I just got back from the UP Upper Peninsula. By the way, up in Wisconsin and Michigan, up there by Lake Superior, there are no charging stations anywhere. I drove 400-something miles, never saw a charging station.
My thing is,
what you gonna do
up there, as cold as it gets, do the batteries freeze?
Oh yeah, the battery life. That's what happened last year. Everybody that bought them up in Michigan and all this stuff, batteries were dying and killing. And look, they had snow 2 weeks ago. They're like, dude, we just had snow, 5 feet of snow 2 weeks ago. You just got here at the thaw, and I'm like, holy. So not practical.
No.
Not practical.
Like you said, in a city, they're great. I have no issue with that.
City, they're going to be fine. They're just going to kill the grid.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're employing child labor for the battery. Whatever the thing is that's in the batteries that they have to mine.
The lithium.
The lithium.
Yeah.
That these people are dying in their 30s because they're forced to mine from when they're a child, so in their 30s. And then the batteries weigh 8,000 pounds.
Efficiency.
Yeah. Yeah. I just got a text from Joe from the World Series of Comedy. I moved you to the Thursday show, June 8th. Would that be okay if I moved you to the Friday show, June 9th? Yes. Yes, Joe, that's fine. Yes, Friday's okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't, luckily I don't have. I'm in the Louisville. Hold on, make sure I don't have a show. Yeah, dude, it's so weird. Yeah, I'm in the Louisville, Kentucky. That was supposed to be a couple months ago. They moved because the club's new and it wasn't ready, so they bumped us all the way into June, which is fine. It just happened to be a week. I don't have any book paid shows, so I was on the Wednesday night. I made it into the Wednesday night show, and he was just texting me that I've now been bumped up to the Friday night show, which is great. It just means I don't have to go up to Kentucky any sooner than Friday. So, but yeah, that works. Because normally sometimes I'll be in the World Series of Comedy and I can't afford for them to bump me up because I got to go drive to a paid show.
Yeah.
That's not one of these weeks. So
sweet.
Okay. So, anyways, and I like the Friday night shows. Friday night show, I get 7 minutes, and it's a Friday night show. Better crowd. So, anyways, so I get to be home. So I get to be home 4 or 5 days. Yeah, because so I go to Oklahoma, so then I won't have another show till June 9th. So I'll be home for 7-8 days. That's weird.
Wow. That's a first in a while.
That's first in a while, dude. So I'll be, yeah, dude, first in a while.
Yeah.
Which is great. I got to find some more paid shows. Anyways. All right, I think we're done. Are we done? Oh, we got a comment. Somebody's watching on YouTube. What's up?
What?
Mookie G. What's up, Mookie G? We're laying in the plane, and you just creep on in here, bro.
Yeah.
Keep on.
Better late than never.
We love you. Yeah, better late than never. We love you. We've been talking about big feats and UFOs and Target clothes. And
he heard big, and he thought we were talking about big breast. That's why he come in. It's okay.
I didn't say it. Jody said it. I'm innocent. What are you going to cook for in those 7-8 days? I don't know. I'll have the grocery shop. I actually have to cook. I'm actually looking forward to cooking. I haven't cooked in a while. It muted me. It muted me again. All right, we'll next week, hopefully with less technical difficulties. God almighty. Thank you for listening on Spotify, YouTube, anything. Please like us. Please give us a review. Tell us we suck. Do something. Just don't listen. Do something.
Don't mention aliens.
Oh, my God.
Please.
Wow. All right, we're done. All right, bye. See ya.